Welcome to the LaGrange Boys podcast. Join Toby, Sam, and Caleb as they compete weekly in the Capital District bowling scene.
Dad.
Yeah, buddy.
Stop talking so we can start the show.
Okay. The show starts
right now.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the LaGrange Boys podcast. After a week off, we're back with a new episode. Last week, the boys and Kirsten were in New Hampshire at a family wedding, while I was at Super Dirt Week for the 30th consecutive year, and my 10th straight, doing on-camera work. I did not bowl on Tuesday night of that week as I had two Gloversville Little League board meetings to attend, and Sammy was at the aforementioned wedding on Saturday. On this episode, we will talk about our last 2 weeks of bowling. The October 1st and 5th wrap-ups were recorded right after bowling was completed that week. Before we get started, I want to talk about why the boys and I are doing this podcast and what you will see as the weeks go on. The podcast was actually Sammy's idea, as one day this summer he asked me if we could do together what I do for the racing world. That, of course, was music to my ears, and thus this podcast was started. Sammy is very active in it, as you can tell, and he is becoming more involved behind the scenes. He's learning how to record video, use the microphones, and even do a little editing. As he gets older, these skills will help him as he moves from grade to grade in school. As Caleb gets older, he will be involved too. Actually, Caleb will start to get involved this spring. The LaGrange Boys podcast is not just about bowling, even though the logo may hint otherwise. The podcast will have updates from all of their sports and activities, including baseball and basketball, plus any other extracurricular event, that they may have. While video may not be possible from some of these events, still photos of the boys and them each talking about their games or events certainly is. Sammy will start Gloversville Biddy basketball again soon. I think this is his third year or so of doing the Biddy basketball program that benefits the Gloversville Dragons basketball program. And both boys will play baseball this year, of course, at Gloversville Little League. Sammy will be in coach pitch for the second year, and what I believe is his fifth year in Gloversville Little League, and Caleb will start T-ball. There are a couple other reasons why we're doing this podcast. First, to keep our family and friends updated on the boys' activities. And secondly, so we can all look back years later and see what the boys did as they grew up. Let's get started with the meat of episode number 6. First with my recap, then Sammy's recap, followed by news on a tournament that Sammy and I will be bowling together in very soon.
Hey everyone, Toby here. Just got done with my Tuesday night league here at the Arterial Lanes. Didn't bowl too bad, 595, 159 to start. Wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but then I strung 7 in a row, got a 245 in the second game. Had a couple splits there as the lane started to break down. Made some adjustments, bowled a 191 in the final game. Would have had a 600, would have had a 200 in that second game if I didn't stick at the foul line, shooting the spare in the 10th frame and chopped it. So, really take your licks, but it's a much better week than last week. Actually having a little bit more fun. Wasn't having fun after that first game, but I had fun the last two. Hey everybody, Toby here with an update from this week's bowling, October 15th. After a week off for some Gloversville Little League responsibilities, I was back in a big way. I just missed that 600 2 weeks ago, I should say. And today, well, no, I hit it. I hit it pretty good, 629. 235 the first game, 180, and a 215. Strung quite a few in a row there in the first game after starting out with 2 opens. And the second game, back and forth between spare strike for a while till I had an open and such. Kind of faded a little bit more at the end. But in the third game, I switched over to the urethane ball, and I got that working for me and strung about 4 or 5 in a row. Ended up with a 215. So good night at the lanes. Good 2 nights at the lanes for me. And I'm headed in the right direction. After my little meltdown a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I'm headed in the right direction. And why am I headed in the right direction? I don't know if I'm just figuring it out, or if I'm learning some more, but I'm going to say it's got a lot to do with all the YouTube videos I've been watching. I'm watching almost every Pro Bowler's YouTube channel. Everything that I can find, I've been watching. Just trying to soak up all the new information on new bowling balls and the way the game is now, which again is far different from when I was heavily involved 20, 25 years ago. So I'm soaking it in, and I'm starting to understand how the balls work now. And it's fun again. It's getting really fun. So hopefully this continues. Not sure what my average is up to now. It was almost a 183. It was 182, 183 going into tonight, so it's probably in the 185, 186 range. I'll update and post it on social media here in a little while, or actually by the time y'all are seeing this, it would already be out there. But good night, and let's hope Sammy has a good night or a good morning on Saturday. And he was off last Saturday as well because everybody was up in New England to a family wedding, except for me, of course. I was in Oswego for Super Dirt Week 52 for Race Pro Weekly, and shameless plug, make sure you check out all the videos from Super Dirt Week that I posted all week long. But great night here at Arterial Lanes. Can't wait to next week, and thanks for following along. All right, we're here with Sammy. We just finished up our junior bowling on Saturday morning at Arterial Lanes. Sammy, how'd you do today?
Good.
You did good. What'd you bowl?
56, 69, and 45.
That's right. And what'd you learn today? What did Daddy teach you?
To face your belly to the pins.
That's right. Face your belly to the pins, face the pins. And then what do you do with your arm? That's right. What did the coach teach you? He taught you about the grip, right?
Yep.
What did he tell you? He told you to put your fingers in all the way and then pull back and swing? Mm-hmm. That's right. So we're going to do some practicing on Monday, I believe, since Daddy's on vacation and Sammy's going to pick him up Daddy's going to pick Sammy up from school. And we're going to have a little bit of update after practice. But Sammy, you did good today. Good job, buddy.
Okay. But wait.
What?
I have to show them something.
Oh, he's got a surprise. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He's got mercy. We're here at Arterial Lanes where Sammy just got done bowling his junior league after a week off for a family wedding up in New Hampshire. Sammy, how'd you do today?
Good.
Good. What'd you bowl?
70, 73, and 68.
All right. And as you can tell, it's a bright sunny day here in good old Gloversville. Sammy's covering up his eyes here. The sun's in his eyes. He did good. What'd you learn today?
I'll keep my hands straight and keep my belly towards the pins.
Keep your belly towards the pins. Keep your hands straight and to follow through, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we also learned how to be a good sportsman out there. Let somebody else go first.
Yes.
That's right. We're still practicing. He did good today. The last two games should have been a little bit higher, but he had a rough 10th frame, but that's okay. He did good the rest of the day, and overall very good week with a 70, a 73, and a 68. We'll be back at it next week, and in a couple weeks, we're going to do a tournament together, a Daddy Sammy tournament, and we'll talk more about that here later in this podcast.
On Sunday, November 3rd, Sammy and I are going to bowl our very first tournament together as a team. Yes, we bowled as a team all summer long in the Arterial Lane Summer League, but this will be our first tournament. At Boulevard Bowl in Schenectady, they are presenting an adult-child doubles tournament. All the proceeds benefit Schenectady County's junior bowling programs. Registration's at noon on that Sunday, with bowling starting at 1. Boulevard Bowl is right there in Schenectady. Just find them on social media or Google them, and you will be able to find the address, but most of you know right where Boulevard Bowl is. So come on out and cheer Sammy and I on, or if you're an adult who has a child who likes to bowl and you both like to bowl, come on out and bowl in the tournament. More competition for us, and that's going to be more fun as well. Now, Sammy and I don't expect to win. We're just going out there to have some fun, get his feet wet and bowling in a tournament. It's only a 3-game tournament, so it's not going to be a long one. And it's my first tournament in quite a long time, too. So I'm looking forward to it, as is Sammy. He was talking about it again this afternoon. So I can't wait to get out there with him, and we can bowl as a team yet again. So once again, the Boulevard Bowl presents the Adult-Child Doubles Tournament on Sunday, November the 3rd. Registration at noon. Bowling starts at 1. That's at Boulevard Bowl in Schenectady.
See you later. You better watch the next episode of this episode of the LaGrange Boys podcast.
This has been a LaGrange Media production.